KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi has urged striking taxi associations in Durban to stop inconveniencing commuters and to rather take their grievances to the relevant department. The Durban Long Distance Taxi Association has been striking since last week over the issuing of permits and the impounding of their vehicles by the Department of Transport. Today, Transport MEC Siboniso Duma held meetings with associations that are not on strike and want to be allowed to operate. SABC's Simphiwe Makhanya is tracking the story for us. Let's cross now live to him. Simphiwe, very good afternoon to you. Just help us make sense of what is happening currently with the taxi associations in KwaZulu-Natal. I'm getting a sense here that there are those that are striking. They belong to the Long Distance Taxi Association, and the others that are impacted by this particular, strike. Just talk to us about then what is at the center of these strikes that we are seeing.
Well, indeed, Nati, that meeting between the different taxi associations is currently underway behind me, where the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal as well as the MEC responsible for transport, Siboniso Duma, are also in attendance. What is essentially happening here, Unati, you'd recall that this particular strike, which was started by the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association, has been ongoing for a week now, which has caused a great deal of inconvenience as well as frustration among the commuters in different parts of this province. So the other, different taxi associations which are not necessarily part of this particular strike have come, to request this meeting with government to say they are not part of the strike, but they also are affected by it in a way that they are not allowed to enter Durban ferrying different, passengers. So what they are asking government essentially is that government must intervene in ensuring that they are able to resume their operations and they are able to do so uninterrupted by the ongoing strike that is currently being, led by the Durban Long Distance Taxi Association. That's the sentiment that has been expressed by the various taxi associations that are in attendance in this particular meeting. You'd recall, of course, that the MEC for transport in the province, Siboniso Duma, had strong words for those in the Durban Long Taxi Association, saying that government will not allow a situation where it is bullied by those who are part of this particular strike. But of course, today the mood is completely different. The Premier of KwaZulu-Natal is currently addressing the various taxi associations. He has basically called for calm, to say that even though they are not part of this meeting, but government has a duty to also hear their side of the story in terms of what exactly are their grievances. But we have been reporting on this issue, Unati, from when it started about a week ago, where the representatives of the Durban Long Taxi Association have been saying that the issue of permits is what has led to this particular strike, and also the issue of the impounding of their vehicles. But what government is saying, particularly the Department of Transport in the province, is that there seems to be a trend where some taxi operators don't want to come and collect their permits, which will allow them to operate legally, and therefore which will result in a situation that is currently unfolding now. But the meeting is still underway, Unati. We are expecting to hear from the representatives of the meeting that is currently underway. That is Santako, as well as the leaders of government. That's the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, as well as the MEC responsible for transport. We will hear what the outcomes are, because the strike has been ongoing for about a week now. No resolutions, and the people who are on strike are not part of this meeting.
Simphiwe, how is this affecting the commuters in this regard? Because, we are reporting that KwaZulu-Natal's Police Commissioner, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, is urging that, the taxi operators go back to work, or at the very least take this matter to the relevant department. But at the center of all of this are desperate commuters, particularly at this time of the year.
We've been seeing thousands and thousands of them, Onati, going to the Durban taxi rank there, where they were really asking when are the taxis going to be operational again. And of course, the sentiment is that this particular strike has caused a great deal of inconvenience and frustration among the commuters. Of course, this is a very busy period in the country. The festive period has just started now. So the Commissioner of KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner, that's Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, recently saying there that police will be tough on those who are found to be on the wrong side of the law. Of course, recently we have seen a few incidents of disturbances along the N3 where a truck blockaded the road, causing a great deal of frustration and traffic congestion on the N3. And of course, General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi is saying there that police are on a hunt for those who are responsible for those disturbances. Also urging for calm, saying that those who have grievances must go to government and engage government, but they must not interfere with the daily operations of other people, Onati.
Right, let's leave it there. Simphiwe, thank you so much for that update.